And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream Men of High Value channel. Today we're gonna talk about a lot of different things. It's mostly a Q&A, and I'm excited to hear what your thoughts are on the channel and on the different topics that I've got. And yeah, we'll take it from there. So in order for us to keep this a two-way conversation, make sure that you guys comment down below and keep this active, because I mean, you know me, I could talk for like hours on these topics, and if you guys are not really participating, then it's just me and it's not really that fun. All right, thanks for showing up, guys. So this channel, we speak about semen retention, we speak about masculinity and femininity. We speak about 3 girls in love. That's a very new concept that I haven't shared much about on this channel. But for everyone who's on my Girls of High Value channel, you'll know that that's what I do. And that's kind of the end destination. We want to create families, but the way the family structure is set up today is kind of it goes the opposite way of success, in a sense, because it's lowers the ability for a man to do what he was meant to do, and to expand and to become. And anyway, there's a lot we can talk about that. So if you guys have questions about what it is, let me know. Hey man, Mysteriously Kind, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Thanks for your comments as well on some of my videos. You've got an awesome channel. By the way, everyone, you can go and check out Mysteriously Kind on YouTube. He's also doing great. Abido is, of course, he's also really have a nice channel as well, man. Good job. Cool. So, seed retention. I speak about 30 days. Going 30 days first of all, and making sure that you understand that the 30 days, it's there's a reason why it's supposed to be 30 days, and to get past the emotional stage, because within those first 30 days you're going to be all over the place, up and down. It's going to be absolutely crazy. And like, people tell me that sometimes they get anxious, people tell me they get violent, people tell me that they hate themselves when they're doing seed retention, because they've never felt this up and down type stuff ever in their lives, and they're just like wondering, is this normal? Like, I'm crazy, and like, what's going on? And okay, Seb's writing semen retention, how to control urges, triggers, etc. Yeah, so in those 30 days, it's absolutely crazy to start seed retention if you've never done it before. Like, the cool part about seed retention is that it becomes easier and easier over time. And so if you try it for 30 days, the next time you try for 30 days, it's going to be easier. And then the next time is going to be easier. It's because continuously you're building up your self-control, you're building up your ability to last and to handle your emotions, because you become experienced at it, you know, just like anything. If you start something out, you're going to get rejected the first time, and then you're going to become better at it, and you're like, okay, so that's the emotions, that's when I get horny, that's the triggers, etc. So what are some triggers? Of course, the biggest one is porn. I mean, if you see naked ladies, you're going to be triggered, and you're going to be like, damn, I gotta take care of business. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being horny, but especially in the first 30-day period, but you got to get past the thought of releasing physically. You've got to use that emotion and then tap into other areas of life, whether it's exercise, or whether it's focusing on your business, going for a walk, spending time with other people. And that's definitely what I would recommend. Becoming easier for me to do, definitely awesome. Social media, big trigger. Yeah, man. There's a lot of profiles who basically are spreading their naked ladies type stuff. And yeah, I definitely unfollow everyone that promotes that kind of behavior, because it's not going to help you in the long term at all. Someone on the Dan Bilzerian video, they wrote a comment and they said that, yeah, I got off the Dan Bilzerian Instagram account because it was too much sex and partying and all that stuff. And I agree, man. I would stay away. Yep. Unfollow all of those guys. Actually, to be honest with you, for me on social media, I actually don't have a lot of issues on social media. It doesn't trigger me at all. And I think it's because I don't follow accounts that promote that stuff. Like, why? I mean, when you follow someone, you're actually building them up. You're building their brand up. So, like, focus on staying away from those social media accounts, at least. You know what I mean? Like, I think Instagram is probably the most dangerous one. Twitter as well is also quite bad. Another aspect, since Seb came with the awesome question with seed retention, how else to control urges? Like, very often, I notice guys not having a purpose for why they're doing seed retention, like, or a purpose to their lives, and a reason to get up in the morning, and the reason to go and succeed and to become rich, and and fight for their dreams. I think that's one of the biggest aspects, to be honest. Like, if you could manage to figure out some purpose, any purpose for that matter, like anything will do, in terms of setting up your life in a different way than what it is now. And because if you have a purpose, then there's a reason to actually stay away. There's a reason to actually practice seed retention. If you don't have a reason to practice it, if you don't have a why, a strong why, you're going to relapse. You're not going to be able to handle the emotions, and there's not going to be a reason enough to be disciplined and self-controlled, which is the biggest aspect of semen retention. Like, it's developing self-control in your life. The less self-control you have, the more feminine you're basically going to be. So let's see. Aegis, if that's how you spell it. I recently love what you said about MGTOW. They blame girls and the game. I'm waiting the live for this question. What do you think about forgiveness? Like, if someone kills someone close, a member of your family, what about the time a man of high value could forgive or maybe never forgive? There you go. Let's see. Well, so let's go quickly through that one first. Forgiveness is an important part of every single large-scale religion out there. And if you are, let's think about it from perspective. Okay, he uses an example. If someone kills someone close, a member of your family, etc., what about the time? Okay. Obviously, murder is a huge, like, bro, if someone killed, someone that was close to me, of course, man, I'd be like, oh my gosh. And especially if it was planned and all that stuff, then yeah, man, I'd want him to get justice, right? And I'd want him to, to become, to really receive problems for what he's done. Just so that at least he could learn, and so that it could never, ever, ever happen to anyone else, mostly. But also, like, there will be a natural inclination for revenge always when something like that happens. I mean, that's the ultimate thing that I can't even imagine it, because it's never happened to anyone that I know that's close to me. But if you look at it from a long-term perspective, what does it help to not forgive? Because forgiveness is necessary for you to move on, but not only for you to move on, but for everyone else around you to move on. You know, as long as the person receives justice, that's what should be cared about. But if the law won't take it into their own hands, a man of high value will not take it in their own hands. He will move on with his life. He'll keep fighting so that the person does get justice, but in terms of the law. But if it doesn't work out, if he becomes completely free, he says he's not guilty, blah blah blah, whatever, you have to move on with your life. And a huge aspect of that then would be to forgive, and because it's going to stop you from focusing, it's going to stop you from moving on, it's going to stop you from, you'll harrow up those negative emotions for a long term, if that makes sense. But you guys can ask me more questions about that if you're wondering. Yes, mysteriously kind. Forgiveness is for yourself, not the other person. Completely agreed. And yeah, absolutely. I have friends who casually send porn to me on WhatsApp. It drives me insane. It's a culture now. I need to stop being friends with them. Absolutely. Seriously, I recommend it. I recommend getting new friends. And to be honest with you, I kind of want to start a culture of friendship on the Men of High Value channel. So if you guys want more of these live sessions so that people can communicate and ask each other questions and ask me questions, and create a culture where we are actually friends, even though it's online and we don't see each other's faces. But I'm going to create avenues where men of high value can talk to each other, because YouTube is kind of difficult because of the commenting, the way it's set up. But I'll probably set up something like on Facebook, like create a Facebook group or something like that, where people can help each other out. So definitely start blocking your friends. If they send you nudes, it's not okay, man. You're moving in a specific direction, and that stuff is not going to help you at all. And you can think as well on those girls. It's not good for them either. And you're building up the porn industry by entertaining those thoughts. So anyway, Leo the German Shepherd, awesome, man. Good to see you. My favorite animal, man, I'd probably go with cats and dogs. I mean, I really like those small rodents as well. My kids are always thinking about which animals can you get? We want an animal and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool in Tbilisi. Here we are in Georgia, because there's cats and dogs everywhere, like stray dogs and stray cats. And as long as we bring Germex with us, then they pet dogs and cats all the time, everywhere. And we've never met an animal or stray animal here that's mean. So it's been actually really fun. It's kind of like we have pets, so I don't need to buy one, which is great. Do I drink beer or do I drink alcohol? Absolutely not. I've actually never ever gotten drunk, ever. Something I recommend for you guys as well. I don't think you can call yourself a man of high value and be drunk, to be honest. In my opinion, it's not acceptable. I don't talk a lot about it, but maybe I should, because it's a huge aspect also of relapse. It was absolutely ridiculous to hear all the stories from New Year's Eve, and not the stories necessarily, but what they were saying about seed retention. Oh man, I relapsed at New Year's. Oh man, I relapsed at New Year's. And it's what happened? It was almost like they got drunk and then they flirted with girls, and then they went home and started relapsing. What's happening? But alcohol is a huge trigger, and it's completely unnecessary, and I don't recommend drinking alcohol at all. Have I ever drunk alcohol? I tried it when I was 14. The last time I tried it was I put liquor together with milk, and it didn't taste very nice. That was when I was 16 years old. I just tried it. Yeah, so I've never been drunk, never tried more than small sips here and there. So, but last time was when I was 16. Critical Musical. Hi, how are you? What day are you on SR? What was your biggest streak? I'm on SR2. Pretty sweet, man. Well, as a married man, bro, like it's tricky when my wife gets really excited. You know, ejaculation control is definitely something to work on. You know, I got the course from Sexual Kung Fu, and it's pretty cool. I need to go through it a little bit more. You know, if you guys want to buy the course, then let me know. I've got a link. I can give you a discount, I believe. But in terms of my streak right now, I think I'm on day 20, day 21, something like that. My longest streak was a time I didn't even count it at all, and I didn't even know about the term semen retention. I was just a religious guy, and between the age of 18 and 23, man, I did not ejaculate a lot. Like I can count it on less than two hands how much I ejaculated during that time. Literally, I don't even like. I remember when from 19 to 21, I ejaculated twice. Once was in my dreams. I think it was a wet dream, and the other time, I think I basically lost self control. I think like, or it was two wet dreams. I don't remember, but that was just my experience with semen retention back then, and then I learned about the term semen retention just a few years ago. Basically, I think 7 years ago or so. So yeah, that's been my experience. So moving on, like yeah, let's talk about femininity and masculinity. Luista, what's up, bro? Luista is one of, man, he is literally my best client right now, man. No offense to all the others, but man, Luista, you're putting in the grind, you're putting in the work. If you haven't gone to Instagram, check out at Luista, man. You're the man, bro. You're the man. So, and of course, Abido as well. It's absolutely amazing. Let's see. That's true. If you're single, it'd be different. I'm not single too. It's more difficult with sex. Haha. 13 days here. 74 no fap was the best day. Really good, man. Really good. Yeah, I was talking about masculinity and femininity, and the reason why it all started was really because I got married and I was excited to have sex, man. Like I was fired up outside my brain, and because I was a virgin at 23, and we got married, and bro, I started ejaculating all over the place. Like, oh my gosh, it was just too much, and it continued like that. I mean, of course, I had self control because I managed self control before marriage, and then when I got inside marriage, then she was like, oh my gosh, like this is too much, you know, control yourself. And you know, I started controlling myself, but we still had sex, you know, several times a week. But then she wasn't interested. Like it was a long-term thing. It wasn't like, oh, I'm not interested this week or this, you know. And it was like almost every time I asked, and I would ask probably every day, right? And it became too much for her. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, why does she not want me? And I began to figure out that it had a lot to do with my femininity. And that's also why this is a huge aspect of what, you know, figuring of this movement is helping guys to go from femininity to masculinity, because that's what women need. Like it's an emotional need for women to have a masculine man and a strong hand in the relationship. And so that you learn a lot about that, of course, on this channel, but also on the Girls of High Value channel. If you guys haven't subscribed to Girls of High Value, man, I highly, sincerely recommend it, because what I teach the girls, man, it's important for you guys to know in terms of motivation, in terms of helping you to stay away, but also helping you to have a mindset of what you want long term, and involving women into your life later. I don't recommend involving women into your life right now, unless you're married, unless you're in like a long-term committed relationship and you want to be with her forever. But other than that, I would break up immediately and cut off all contact with any girls whatsoever if you haven't accomplished your goals yet. They literally cause emotional instability in you, and they're leaders in your relationship, especially if you're on semen retention, because like semen retention increases your horniness, it doesn't decrease it. So if you're in a relationship, then it's gonna be up and down all of the time. I don't recommend it anyway. How do you transmute sexual energy? So there's two aspects to it. The number one aspect of how to transmute it is to have a goal. Have a financial goal, have a short-term goal, have a goal for your exercise, have a goal to become better and to to do self-improvement. Because if you don't have anything else as a goal, it's very hard to practice semen retention. You'll be like thinking about not watch porn. But that's like thinking, don't think about a pink elephant. Don't think about a pink elephant. Don't think about a pink elephant. It doesn't work. Right? So you need to have something else that actually produces a drive in you and a reason to get up and make things happen. If you don't have that, if you're sitting at home all of the time in front of your computer on social media, watching movies, whatever it is, bro, you're gonna relapse. Like, you're not gonna be able to transmute that sexual energy. You need to have a goal. But the second aspect is also the breathing exercises. Montag Chia basically explains a lot about that. But if you read his stuff, that's kind of like relapsing. But basically, what it's about is bringing up the energy instead of just keeping it down there, just bringing it up. And yeah, check out Sexual Kung Fu about those practices. It goes through that phase, but nobody ever figures out why and just accept it. Loesta. Yeah. Critical musical line. No, I have so much more energy now. Lul, it hasn't even been that long. I'm aware there's a flat line though. Sport is a good way. Absolutely. Meth. I have no idea what you're talking about when it comes to meth. Clarify yourself, Leo. Feel much more energy. 2, you think women athletes are masculine? Yes, all of them. It's ridiculous. Are strippers a trigger? Lul, I don't know. Yes, strippers are a trigger. Do not go to strip bars. Why are you building up those avenues, man? It's like ridiculous. What's the main benefit you get from semen retention? So main benefit from semen retention, in my opinion, I think it's ambition. Really. Like, because ejaculating gives you an immediate reward. Like, it's like you have friends. Like, semen retention is your friend, right? Friends actually are there to support you and to build you up and to help you believe in yourself and tell you that you can do it, man. And that kind of encouragement. Think about semen retention like that. It's like a friend. It's like an amazing friend that's telling you, bro, you can become a multi-millionaire. You can become huge. You can become massive, man. You've got no idea your potential. So like my clients, if they have me as a coach and they have seed retention, bro, they've got like 2 people telling them that, man, you can do it. You're awesome. You're freaking, like, your confidence is off the roof and whatever. That makes sense. Like, I've actually never explained it like that before, that it's your friend, but maybe I should do a video on that. Semen retention is your friend. That's hilarious. But that really is the main benefit, like, to get the ambition from it. And of course, all the other positive stuff. We can talk more about that if you guys want it. I'm on day 67, SR. Any advice or things I should be doing? Should be looking out for? Yeah, man, like, you haven't gotten to 90 days yet, so your brain has not rebooted from porn yet. And your pleasure centers have not become optimalized. So what you should be looking for, Kevin, is basically Observe your emotions. Like, see how you feel throughout the day. Maybe even track it. Track your emotions throughout the day on your phone, or have a small notebook of some sort, to kind of see where you're at. Like, if there are some, if you know you've got triggers in the past, then make sure that those triggers do not overpower you at any point in time. Because, man, you've just got like, what, 23 days left to get to 90 days. And I'm not saying that there's magic after 90 days. I'm just saying that to get there is a massive confidence boost, and it reboots your brain. And you want that to happen, because then you can actually start moving towards being happy all of the time. Okay? Like, if you're single, you can be happy all of the time. Once you get to massive masculinity and establishing yourself financially and all that stuff, and you begin to attract women into your life at a later point, your happiness can exponentially increase at that time. But now we're talking about without the women, staying by yourself and learning to be happy consistently over a long period of time, instead of being emotionally up and down and all the feminine stuff that usually happens with us. My skin is so much better since day 9 on SR. What about you? When do you notice a big difference? It seems much more hydrated. Absolutely. I mean, the cool part about semen retention is that you improve your habits in all aspects of your life. Like, just like it's your friend, then, you know, it's telling you to you know, you can do this and you can be motivated and you can do all that stuff. So anyway, yeah, if you get better habits and you eat better, then of course your skin is going to improve, because you're actually exercising and you're eating well and you're taking care of yourself in terms of your health. And also, it's a big stress reliever. Stress creates acne. So if you manage to get past the stressful points in you know, when with seed retention, then your skin will improve for sure. Surabi, thank you, Joseph, for explaining sexual transmutation. If you keep on transmuting sexual energy, we'll be able to have sex without ejaculation, or should we need to do something else? Yeah, I don't recommend having sex at all before you actually start, before you've established yourself financially. Like, I'm a big family man. I'm completely against women sleeping around, and that is one of the big reasons why I'm against men sleeping around at all as well. Like, there's a reason why I was a virgin until I got married. And to be honest with you, if I could do it again, I would do it again, except I wouldn't get married. I'd start 3 girls in love. So that's my direction to you guys, is don't sleep around. Like, well, what's the purpose? Why are you doing it? So many guys missing out on semen retention. You see the lack of motivation in their faces. Absolutely. So yeah, it's a reward. It's an immediate reward. And if you don't get the immediate reward, that's when you get massively ambitious, and your ambition levels just skyrocket when you're on semen retention. So yeah. If you're sleeping around, you are not a man, in my opinion. You are feminine. And the reason why you're feminine when you're sleeping around is because you're a now creature. Being a now creature, instead of understanding the past and understanding the future and understanding your part in society, that's feminine. Ignorance is feminine, and immediate gratification is feminine. How does semen retention better your social proof? Definitely, bro. Confidence levels increase, and so when your confidence increases, your social anxiety goes down, and you can begin to, you know, talk to everyone. That's kind of what I do. Like, if I wasn't in Tbilisi, Georgia, that's like I lost my superpower. It's like kryptonite down here, because I don't speak the language. And yeah, people speak English, but a lot of the time they don't understand. And so it becomes kind of awkward when I talk to them. Like, I'm a salesperson in general. I'm a sales guy. And that's what you become when you become masculine and you become a leader. That you start talking to people and you have no problem talking to people. And when I came down here, I suddenly can't. Seriously. Like, it's hard when you don't speak the language. So I have to learn Georgian eventually. But But other than that, like when I'm in English speaking countries, I talk to everyone. Like I just become good at talking to everyone, and that increases your magnetism and your sexual magnetism. Like that's confidence, because women don't dare do that. So when they see a guy who's able to talk to anyone and be confident about it, they're like, wow, that's amazing. Increases your sexual market value, and then you not tapping it, not actually doing anything about it, even increases your sexual market value even more. So let's see. So anyway, that's awesome. Oh, there's more here. Let's see. If SR was popular, I'd quit because I'm a hipster. Okay. Life is natural. Just be yourself and not a creep. Yeah, I don't agree. Life is natural. I like. Yeah, that's hilarious. Retaining many nutrients is part of having better skin. Absolutely. Let's see. Why did you choose Georgia? I chose Georgia because of one, 70% discount compared to most Western countries, especially Norway. Like literally 70 to 75% discount on everything. Price wise, you know, because I have an online business, that's like I can support a family with 3 kids and all that stuff here quite easily. And yeah, that was a huge aspect for it. And number two, found out it was one of the safest countries in the world. Like, how do you get cheap and safe? Awesome. And number three, it had a 365 visa program, meaning, or a non-visa program. You can actually travel here and be here for 365 days, depending which country you're from. And for us, that was huge. Like, what? We don't have to stay in the EU and we can stay there for 365 days? Are you serious? So it was between Tbilisi and Chiang Mai, Thailand, or south of Portugal. And we chose Tbilisi, and we're so glad we did. So awesome. Let's see. Everyone is born a real man, but we screw it up through addictions and stupid crap. Yeah. Porn and sleeping around is literally, if not bad for you, it's bad for society, and it's bad for the women that's involved. Let's see. We're not ever from Joseph Stalin was from Georgia. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Kegel exercise for men, is that feminine? With semen retention, of course. I mean, there's two aspects to it. Kegel exercises and then relaxing. And then Kegel exercises and relaxing. And when you do Kegel exercises, don't tighten too hard. Like, that's my opinion. I don't, there's benefits to doing Kegels, and then there's benefits to not doing Kegels or relaxing. So just like going to the gyms, you got to do both. But to be honest with you, Kegel exercises are not necessary unless you're going to practice ejaculation control. And I don't recommend practicing ejaculation control at this time if you're not going to be financially savvy within the next year or two. Like it's to be honest with you, it's kind of unnecessary. I don't think Kegel exercises is necessary to do during that time. Sorry, yoga. What's up, man? Anyway, I hope that you guys got something out of this live session. If you guys want to have more live sessions and so that I can answer more questions, then let's do one another day. And make sure you like the video, comment down below. Check out my 3 Girls in Love channel. It's called Girls of High Value right now. If you find Girls of High Value, or there's a link in pretty much all my videos, to go check out that one. And on Instagram, follow me on @men-of-high-value and @3girls-in-love. My wife has put up a new account there with 13 followers, and we need all the followers we can get because we're gonna make this a big thing. Social hierarchy, like King Trail, can you explain a little bit more about what you mean by social hierarchy? There's a lot of different things to it. But I don't know if you mean like talking about beta males and alpha males and all that stuff. Like, is that what you mean? Or are you talking about men and women? Or are you talking about women and feminism and patriarchy? Or like, what do you mean? So anyway, I'm going to end the stream right now. Keep it short, and I'll talk to you guys soon. And let me know in the comment section how often you'd like these live sessions to be. I could do it once a week, but it also could be once a month if you guys are not too enthusiastic. All right, cool. Peace out, guys. Talk to you later.